Jimmy, okay, go ahead, Jimmy. Jimmy, are you there? William?
No, I'm here.
Okay, so go ahead.
Sorry, Thầy.
Yeah.
Namo Fundamental Teachers Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teachers Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teachers Sakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I have come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning.
Thank you. Thank you. We will do 1 minute meditation. I think we do get used to it, I guess. Keep our back straight. Keep our neck straight. Inhale and exhale to the nose. 1. Inhale and exhale to the nose. Count 2. Keep going. Don't hold your breath and do it naturally if you can. You see your monkey mind. Come back to inhale and exhale. If you lose track of counting, stop from 1. We can get started. Thank you. Thang Thing is he busy. He bought a new house, and that's why he's very busy to working on the house. That's why he missed so many sections. It's okay. Whenever he's ready, he can come back. So we continue on learning a guide to the Bodhisattva way of life. We are now at we are learning about the exploitation to grasp the significance of this precious human life, right? So we read about the two sutra that the Buddha talking about the karma that make us inferior or superior. So we already went through that, right? So that's good. Oh, hello, Mose. Can you turn on the webcam? Everyone, can you turn on the webcam? We can introduce ourselves.
Okay, 1 moment. Let me click a few buttons here.
Okay, that's okay. Tammy and Jimmy, and I just met Mose yesterday. I think yesterday, no, the day before. No, yesterday at Costco. Yeah. And he asking me, do we have a class? So I say yes. He'll welcome to. Mose, would you please, if you don't mind, you can introduce yourself and tell us what you have learned about Buddhism. How much you know about Buddhism?
Okay.
Yeah, we can
I've
hear.
studied, yes, sir. I studied Buddhism when I was younger. Here lately, I've been like reconnecting with my roots, basically. So seeing you there, I just figured it was a good chance to take advantage of what the universe put in front of me.
Okay, so that's good. So you learned from the when you were very young, right? And now you just want to reconnect, right? The root.
Correct, yes.
Okay, William, go ahead and introduce yourself to me.
Hi, my name's William. I live in Indianapolis. I met Tay, would have been probably 2-3 years ago.
2019, September 2019.
So yeah, almost 3 years ago, and I've been on these calls pretty much since then, and have found them really helpful. I live in Indianapolis. I think I said that. I married and have a 7-year-old daughter.
And he a doctor.
Mhm.
Yeah, William is a doctor. Tell me, go ahead and introduce yourself.
So I'm Tammy, and I live in Louisville, Kentucky, and I've been coming to the temple here for the past 2 years, and I have 2 little kids, a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old.
Dạ con đang dạy học trong kinh điển không đang dạy học. Okay, sorry. All right. So you learn about Buddhism how long? Tell me.
For about 2 years now.
3 years now. Okay, that's good. Jimmy, you
Hello, my name is Jimmy. I live in Houston, Texas. I know the Master Venerable Hangdak for about 6 years. We came to the temple as a family, me, my wife, and 2 kids. And the 2 young men, when they were young, they were with him for about 3 to 4 years. After they graduated and now they're in college, they continue to go every summer camp, but not regularly, like I would like them to go. And I come from the Buddhism family, but because the work that we have to do in the United States to live in, I didn't put in a lot of work lately. So after I see the master, then I continue to learn from him and also read some other article or channels online as well. And I've been with Master Yafaf for about whenever he started it. So even in both languages.
Vietnamese and English.
And English, yes, sir.
Yeah, about 3 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, hi. My name is Lan Pham. I'm living in Houston. My family like Buddhism, Buddha follower. I born and then I know about Buddha because like my mom have the Buddha in the
The author.
how to say bàn thờ thầy.
Author.
Yeah, altar of the Buddha all the time. So when I grow up, my mom make me like to pray every day, but I know not much until I meet thầy Thích Giáo Pháp. And when I meet him, and he showed me more detail who I believe in. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, everyone. My name is Tatya Phat. That is my Dharma name. Before I became Buddhism, I was a computer science. I worked for 23 years in computer science as a software developer. And in 2018, I decided to go forward to become a monk right? So till now, so I I become the novice monk in September 2018, and I started class in December 2018. That means about two or 3 months after that. And this class continued until now. It's about almost 4 years, 3.5 years already. So, and the way I share the Buddhist teaching is, I start out with the consciousness only. So the consciousness only is one of the most difficult subject in the Buddhism, because what does that mean? It means that we learn about how the mind works, and we learn about the emotion, right? The Buddhist psychology as well, and because everything comes from the mind, that means everything is created by the mind. That's why right nowadays the science be able to pick up this thing, and that's why they be able to understand the consciousness reality. In the past 100 years, I don't think they know about this thing, but now they begin to understand that the creation, that means the consciousness create the world we are living right now. Not the external create us, but the internal create the world. So this is important. So that is the first teaching. I start out with the consciousness only, and I teaching that for many months, for a year, and also teaching the Buddhist psychology as well. And we also teach many core principle of the Buddhist core principle teaching, like the 12 link, ordination, right? Dependent. That is what we call the death and rebirth cycle. We also learn a lot of different type of Buddhist teaching. And now currently we are learning about what is it? What is let me go here. Okay. So we learn about a guide to the Bodhisattva way of life, and this is it's called in Sanskrit. They call Bodhicitta, and the author is Santideva, and he one of the most famous in India in the eighth or 9th century of in India at that time. This is the Satya. In Buddhism, we have 3 different buckets, right? The first bucket we call the Sutra, that means the Buddha teaching, right? The second bucket we call the Vinaya, that means the law, that means the precept, for both lay people as well as the monk and the nun, right? We call the left home people. The third one, the third bucket we call Satra, SHASTRA. You see, what does that mean? It means that sometimes the subject or the Buddha teaching or the sutra of the Buddha teaching becomes so complicated, and it's very tough for us to be able to understand it. And that means the patriarch, that means a lot of different patra commentary. They are the one who create the Satra to explain into detail, word by word, line by line, to help us to understand the most profound teaching of the Buddha Sutra. As well as the concept is one of them. So there are a lot of such Satra we explain about the concept only, and this is important. So now we learn about a guide to the Bodhisattva way of life, and the key learning in here is we try to understand how to develop the Bodhicitta, right? The Bodhicitta, it means that a way to benefit the living being. How do we benefit the living being? The motivation of benefit the living being is based on the love and kindness and the compassion. And that's why when we learn about how to develop the bodhicitta, it means we learn how to develop the loving kindness and compassion. Does it make sense to you? Most. So we in this subject maybe more than 2 months already. Yeah, I think maybe more than 2 months. So it's not. It's still in the chapter 1, but it's about 10 chapters, and it will take maybe 7 or 8 months or even a year. But doesn't matter how long it takes. The whole idea is we learn to understand the detail, so we know how to use it, those principles to apply into our daily life. That's the most important, because that's how we can benefit from it, to transform our suffering into less suffering or even no suffering. That's the most important about learning the Buddhist teaching. I try to transform the profound principle of the Buddha teaching into the daily understandable just for the daily task that we can use. Okay, so this is important. Okay. Do you have any questions, most, before we go on? Okay. So we are in this, okay. Before that, let me show you quickly about the outline of this thing here. The chapter 1, this is the chapter 1. We have all the list of outline, and we have also have many section within section. We have subsection and so on and so on. And that's how we execute it, and we will go one by one. So we have the systematic of learning, right? So this is important. And now we are here in this one right here. So I just want to give you a brief summary here, so you understand. Yeah. So the exhortation to grasp the significance of this precious human life, because in Buddhism, in order to be reborn into human life, it's very difficult. It's not easy to become a human. And the Buddha described that just like when he in the forest, he picked up the leaf inside the forest, and he asked his disciple, the leaf inside my hand compared to the leaf with the entire earth, which one is more? Of course, the disciple said that the leaf in the earth is way more than the leaf in your hand. And the leaf in your hand is so small, so tiny, it's insignificant to compare. There's nothing to mention about it. So the Buddha said that, yes, when we lose this human life, in order to become a human life, it's just like the leaf in my hand. But the one who loses the human life and go to the evil realm, it's just like the leaf in the entire earth. You see? And you look at the world we are living right now, it's terrible. So, and why we so important? Why do we need to learn this? When we learn this, we know how to value our human life in the meaningful way. So we can benefit others. That's how we can be able to generate the blessing as well as the virtue, as well as the loving kindness and compassion. The virtue, it comes from the loving kindness and compassion. Okay. Okay, now we can go here. So last time we already learned about the Buddha teaching about different karma. Depend on the power of karma we have, we will belong to that will create us either inferior or superior, right? Upper class, low class, rich, poor, stupid or wise, perfect body, beautiful or ugly. and so and so. A lot of the things we already read last time. So now I don't want to repeat it. So we will continue on this. Okay, today I will share you. This is the teaching from the 42 section sutra. Did you read the 42 section sutra in the past, William?
Yes.
You did, huh? The 42 section of the sutra of the Buddha teaching, that is just a compile of all the basic, the core teaching of the Buddha in the entire life. It's very, very powerful. So this one right here, I just pick one of them. So, okay, hold on. Okay, go ahead, William.
The Buddha said, when you see someone who is practicing giving, aid him joyfully, and you will obtain vast and great blessings. A Shramana asked, is there an end to those blessings? The Buddha said, consider the flame of a single torch. Though hundreds and thousands of people come to light their own torches from it, so that they can cook their food and ward off darkness, the first torch remains the same. Blessings too are like this.
Okay. Do you know what is Samana? You know it?
Yeah, Shramana is like a renunciant, someone who's given up worldly life. They're not like the head of a household. They've given up their family if they had one, and they are living with very little ownership. They'll own their clothes and their begging bowl, and it's most likely in this case I would think a Buddhist monk who'd be asking the Buddha.
So what do you understand from it?
Yeah, so the Buddha is saying that we gain blessings, vast blessings from aiding someone who is giving. And the Shramana is asking, well, is there an end to those blessings? And the Buddha is basically saying no, and using the analogy of a flame. You can use a single flame to light many flames. So the way I understand it is like this initial person who is demonstrating giving, if that inspires others to be giving as well, to be to help him in giving, and then that way they're giving, well, then that initial person's generosity is spreading like that flame, so that the blessings from that action just continue. So long as it ripples out and affects other people, it continues to generate blessings, so that there's no real limit on how much it could generate, because more people could keep seeing the next person giving, and then that could influence them to practice giving as well.
So the initial person who doing the giving, right? And that means encourage other people that he gave to become the giving, to do the giving like him. So when the more people who do the giving, that means the more blessing he gains, right?
Right.
The initial person, the more blessing he gains, and that's why they know any. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, very good. You give a very good explanation on this thing. Okay, we will do this. All right, we can try number one here. Tammy, would you please help me to read this?
Do you want me to start with example number 1 or 2?
Example 1.
Example 1. Every one of us has only one body. Let's assume Tracy is a smart student, that she always does her best in learning. She dreams one day that she would like to become a doctor. Let's also assume that she has actually completed her doctorate degree and became a family doctor, and she also enjoys her good living. However, she is selfish and only lives with her luxurious lifestyle, and she does not like to do any good deed. Therefore, she shouldn't have friends. Therefore, she doesn't have friends. Does her body still go through stages of old age, sickness, and death?
What do you think?
Of course, everybody goes through those stages.
Okay, so you try number two. I mean, okay, I think I am mistake number 5. But anyway, go ahead, number 5.
Let's assume that she has a lot of money and properties. When she dies, can she bring those things with her? No, you can't bring anything with you when you pass away except for your karma and your consciousness.
So what does she bring with her?
Just her consciousness and her karma.
Yeah, the karma, the power of the karma, and we learn about that many times, right? So, because in the consciousness only, we know that there are 8 consciousness, right? That okay. In the meantime, I want to show this model to most. So because he the first time here, and so will he understand a little bit about what we have learned in the past, and it would help him to have the big picture of what we have learned. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Give me 1 second. Many flower. I think most you have not seen this kind of a model or a picture in the. I don't think you, because this is the one I just created when I do the teaching.
I've seen similar, but not like that. This is very interesting.
So when I first teaching about the concept only in the last 3 years, this is the one I come up with, and I also come up with the Buddhist psychology model. So you see that we have faculty, that means eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body. And the object of each faculty, that means the form, that means the visual object. This is the sound, and this is the smell. That is the object for the nose. And the object for the tongue is the taste, and this is the touch from the body. And interesting here, when the eye contact the world, when we see an object, like let's say we see a flower or we see a building or whatever, that seeing is mean contact. That means the eye contact, the form is create the eye consciousness, and the eye consciousness will just like the camera taking all the picture of those visual objects, and it will transform into the mind consciousness. That means the brain. This is we call the brain. Remember in the okay, I don't have that here, but in the nervous system, right? In the medical view, in the nervous system, we have 2 very important parts. The first one is the brain, and the second one is the spinal cord. Okay, that means all the nerves will connect from the brain, right? And the spinal cord is carry the entire communication. That means all the nerves run along of the backbone, right? It will connect to entire body. All the body parts, it will connect to those body parts, right? And what does that mean? It means that the brain control everything. That's why they call the central nervous system, right? So the brain control what? The brain control the movement, the sensation, control whatever we relate to this. For example, if let's say that when we if a person who paralyzed, right, on one side of the body, let's say that the arm cannot be, that he or she cannot be able to write the hand because due to the damage of the nerves. Does that make sense? Due to the damage of the nerves. that connect from the brain into the arm. Okay, because the brain cannot be able to send the signal to the arm. Therefore, when you say that you want to raise your hand, your arm up, right? That means the signal cannot send to the arm to do that command. But if they be able to heal the nerve, and the communication will be restored. That's how it works. So, and inside the mind, right, we have the short-term memory. This is just like the iPhone or computer. We do have the short-term memory we call the RAM. You understand, right? So the iPhone or computer need to have the RAM in order to process everything, all kind of information. That means the application, they need to have the RAM in order to process the information. The same thing. The brain need to have the short-term memory to process our thinking. If we don't have the short-term memory, that means this is the dead brain. That means this brain is no longer work. So when the eye see the form, that means the eye do not have no ability to distinguish this is the flower or not, but it only see the object. But when the data loaded inside the short-term memory through the nerve, right? Because the data transformed into the nerve to here, the data become available for the brain to think. All the feature of thinking of the brain become available when the data become available. Therefore, that means the eye be able to distinguish. That means the brain, it will trigger the eye to be able to distinguish. This is the blue flower, this is the red flower, blue flower, or whatever relate to this. And you also learn that the mana constantly, the one that taking this is the middle guy in between of the mind consonant and the alaya consonant. The alaya consonant is the store. It's the storage. In this storage here, it will store what? It store all the knowledge, all the experience, all the common shit that we plan, that we pray, either good or bad. It will be everything in here. From many past life up to now. That's why sometimes you see when the baby were born, right? A lot of baby, not a lot, some of the baby be able to remember the past life. Where those data come from? Here. And why we cannot be able to see our past life data? Because due to our cloudy mind, right? We cannot see it. Just like the mirror become a lot of dust cover the mirror, and you cannot see yourself from the mirror. It is the same thing. And how many mirrors do we have? Okay, before I tell you the concept of mirror. So this one right here represents for the cell. We call the cell because we attach to the cell. And how many different cells do we have? Cell delusion, cell view, cell pride, and cell love. Cell delusion, that means the body and the mental is impermanent, but we do not know it's impermanent. Therefore, when we attach to it, and when it changes, we suffer. We attach to what? Our physical body. We thought that it live forever. No, it won't. And we attach to our emotion because the emotion come and go. It's impermanent. It doesn't matter we attach to the happy emotion or suffer emotion. The end result is suffer. Okay? We attach to our consciousness. We suffer because those things come and go. That's why the people who depressed, right? They always rely on their consciousness. Because why? The one who depressed, the consciousness become negative, right? That means whatever the thinking come from their consciousness become negative thinking. If they attach to those things, it will trigger the negative emotion. And this is the suffer coming. And therefore, if we understand all this concept is impermanent, and we know how to transform from the negative thinking into positive, the suffer will go away by itself. You see that? This is the point. So, and also the perception, right? The perception, that means it's the way we perceive things negatively, we can be able to transform those things into positive. Okay. The fourth one is we call the mental formation. It relates to the psychology. Okay. Anyway, it's manifest from the data from Arya into the mind concept. You will learn those things. I repeat this thing one in a while to make sure we understand all these things. Okay. Anyway, therefore, this one right here also, because this is the one attached to the self, and the self view. What does that mean? That means each one of us have a different view. But if someone have a different than us, we will have conflict. Look at Putin. What did he do? He have his own view, and he so hold on to his view, and that's why he not willing to listen to anyone else. And you know how much suffering he caused? So much suffering to other people. Not only Ukraine, but also his own country. But he cares less. Okay? Self-pride, that means we always think we are the number one. No one is we are the number two, but no one is number one. Okay? No one dare to be number one. So this is related to the ego. Self-love, that means whatever relate to us, belong to us. This is what we claim for self-love. Because we love things for condition. Okay? So I will quickly go through here. And this is also have the another name they call the emotional affliction. Because when we attach to the self, it will trigger emotion. Okay? And this thing here, when the data in here, it will enable the mind to be able to think, to contemplate, to visualize, to whatever, to plan, to make a decision. It comes from here. And those things here, the data become available for this guy to pick it up and put inside to Alaya consciousness for the storage as well for the inquiry. Depend on what kind of question or thing that the mind they come up, right? It will become in here, and this one will perform those inquiry from the mind and get the result back. When the result back, that means it would return here, it would return to here, and it will make the mind become more data available for the decision making. Okay, so on and on. So I briefly go through here, and this one right here, the one control this one. This one control this one. All right. So I just want to, do you understand so far most? Because we all learn about this, we understand very clear about this. So okay. I will stop right here. So let me go back to my, okay. Okay, so when we die, the karma that we pray, or the karma seed we pray, we put into the Alaya consciousness become available after we die, we will only bring those things with us because they are formless. It's formless, therefore it will follow us just like the shadow follow us. That's why this person here, if she is the one who's selfish, then she will create a lot of bad karma, and that bad karma will follow her. Yeah. Okay, let me quickly here. Our good karma never lasts, just like our shadow never departs from us. Okay? That's why we cannot escape from our bad karma. Okay. Of course, this person do not have a meaningful life, right? The same thing here. And Jimmy, go ahead and read number 2, and we will. I will use this example to compare with the Buddha teaching, so you will understand. It's a parallel. And Jimmy, you want to go ahead?
Yes, sir. Example number 2. Let's assume that Jamie is both good student and kind-hearted person. She has completed her doctor degree and became a family doctor. And she also enjoys her simple living lifestyle. She always loves to help other people or does charitable works, such as feeding homeless, teaching kids, Buddhism, etc. Does her body will still go through the stage of old age, sickness, and death? Let's assume that she has a lot of money.
And go ahead and answer this. Yes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let's assume that she has a lot of money and properties. When she dies, can she bring those things with her? No. Does she live with a meaningful life? Yes. What does she bring with her after after she dies? Yes, she will bring her good karma, which is with helping others, and do charitable works, and feeding homeless, etc. So that good karma will follow her like a shadow.
Good. That's
for the
good.
next life.
William, can you help me to connect the example with the Buddhist teaching?
Yes. So when she is doing acts of giving, she could inspire those around her to also do acts of giving. So maybe even the people that she's giving to, they could be touched by her going out of her way to be helpful to them. And then that could lead them to pass it on to someone else. Or maybe even just someone else who knows her and sees that she's doing this positive thing, and they see that she's also getting joy from it, and that they may decide to join as well. So she would be like the original torch that the other people would be lit by, and their own generosity would be inspired.
Okay. What about when that means we use this person using the single his own torch and light the light and then light up the other people torch? What does that mean?
That would be inspiration. So their behavior, their action is inspiring the other person to take on a similar behavior and action.
Okay. Anyway, okay, let me quickly go here. The claim, that means the claim comes from the torch. It represents for the blessing, right? For example, Tierney, she have a lot of blessing, like her health, money, health, intelligence, humbleness. Those are her blessing. And she used that blessing to claim. That means it's light up all the thoughts. That means the claim right here. Light up, using the claim right here to light up all the thoughts. What does it mean? It means that she's sharing her blessing with other people. She just like Jenny share her blessing with others by feeding the homeless or teaching other people. This is important, very important. Is there any ending to the Jenny blessing when she share her blessing with other? And it's like, well, no, a lot of people were helped by Chen me. And if one of those people could in turn helping others, and those new people also do good on others, therefore her blessing have no ending. This is important. Okay. So basically, with the simple Buddhist teaching, we can use that to contemplate and to connect with our daily life, and it will help us to have a very meaningful life. And that's why we don't want to waste our human life for the unnecessary worldly pleasure, right? The worldly pleasure will destroy our blessing instead of generate a blessing. So if we help, we use this body just like the toast, right? The body represents the toast. Okay, we have only one body, just like a person have only one toast. And the one who come to us, because they also have the body, but they do not have the same blessing with us. Therefore, they come and ask for our help. And that was a blessing that we be able to help them. That means by sharing the blessing we have with others. This is important. So that's why I just use this thing to empower the meaning of the meaningful life, right? That for the human life that we have. So we should not waste it. And we should use it in a meaningful way. Okay. Before we go on, do you have any questions? Okay, let me go back here. Okay, last time I think we're done with this thing. I think we also done with this thing. Okay. Now we can go ahead and do the next one. Most, you want to read?
Okay.
Go ahead and do it from here.
Thus, it is very important, first of all, to recognize the 8 freedoms and 10 endowments of this rare and precious opportunity. The 8 freedoms or leisures are in reference to being free from the 8 states of bondage. 4 encountered even when born as human beings. There are 4 freedoms from the bondage of non-human states of existence are. Number 1, the freedom from being born as a hell being. Number 2, the freedom from being born as a hungry spirit. 3, freedom from being born as an animal. 4, freedom from being born as a long-lived God. There are 4 freedoms from obstacles found within.
Okay, stop right here. Stop right here. So stop right here. So you understand what you did right so far, right? It's easy to understand.
Yes.
So that means when we are the human, when we have this human life, right? That means we are free from from the hell. And do you know how? Do you understand the concept of the hell in Buddhism? Most.
It's been a long time since I've studied it, but similar to like purgatory.
Okay. So the hell or heaven, it comes from the mind. So in Buddhism, there is not really the God creator or the rewarder or the punishment. No. We are the one who reward us for ourselves through our good deed. We are the one who punish ourselves through our evil deed. This is important. And You see that when we born into the human life, right? In the human life, if we are happy enough, if we have a good blessing, we be able to born into the wealthy family, right? That come from our power of the karma create those environments. No one can give us that.
Right,
Only,
you move up the karma chain or down the karma chain,
right.
so
So
from animal to human or
that's why, because we also learn about the 38-week fetus development inside the mother womb. And every week, the power of the karma wind, different name of the power karma wind will create the body of the fetus, as well with the mental of the fetus. This is important. And therefore, when we see not all the mom give birth to the baby happy same thing. No, they are different. They always different. Some baby come out with a perfect body. Some baby come out with the defect birth, right? Some baby come out with the healthy baby. Some baby come out with the very poor health. And some baby come out with the intelligent. Some baby come out with the stupid. And some baby come out with the long life, and some baby come out with the short life. Short life. And some baby come out with a birth defect, you see. All this thing here, no one give us or punish us, but we are the one who reward ourselves or punish ourselves to our past karma. This is important. And that's why in Buddhism, the concept of the creator it's not relevant in here. Okay. Okay, so this is important. Therefore, because everything comes from the mind, therefore we be able to change it. Because the bad deed, we pray, but we be able to change it to become the good result due to the good condition or bad condition. Because the law of cause and effect in Buddhism, there are three components: the cause, the condition, and the effect. The cause, let's say that in the past, we did not know how to do the giving, and therefore we are selfish, right? We born into the poor family. That is due to the bad cause. But when we born into the poor family, does that mean we will be poor forever to the rest of our life? No. It will depend on the condition that we are creating right now. So for example, if this kid is dedicated to study, right, to working on the education, because in this country we are very blessed. The government be able to help the poor family to have a good education. You see that? So the poor kid be able to go to school and work very hard and to become later on become a doctor or engineering or whatever he want to become. And you see all the hard work that he put into the education. This is what we call the condition. This is the good condition. So the cause plus the condition equal will produce the effect. The bad cause not always give us the bad effect, no. So bad cause with the good condition, it will give us the good effect. That means this person become engineering, doctor, or whatever profession he has. This is, and a lot of people, a lot of heroes, a lot of famous people in the world come from the poor family. Okay? But vice versa, if a person who doing the good deed in the past, doing the giving, and he born into the rich family, right? That is a good cause. But you know what? He spent the money for all the worldly pleasure. and he become very spoiled. You know what happened? He screw up. He messed up his life. He become homeless, or he become a useless person. So good cause plus bad condition produce bad effect. That means bad effect. That means useless person, right? So this is important. So the law of cause and effect in Buddhism, everything can be changed, But we cannot change the cause directly, but we can change, transform the cause into the good effect or bad effect due to the condition that we change. So we are the owner of our own action. We are the one who, the creator of our own future, the destiny. No one can create us except us. Yeah. All right. I will stop right here. I'm working on the. I translate the Vietnamese, one of the Repentance Sutra relate to this thing here about the retribution, the evil retribution from the three evil realms. So we will learn about those things in the sometime next week. Okay, I think that would be very helpful. So you, William, do you have any question? Anyone? Most you understand a lot thing you understand so far, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a question for us?
Would it be possible to get like a copy of the PowerPoint or PDF or something to read?
Because this thing here, I keep continue on working on this thing. That's why it's very tough to give you the unfinished copy. You understand?
Maybe just chapter 1.
Maybe chapter 1. Okay, I try to but because the way I put in, sometimes because I get from many different sources. I connect to many different PowerPoint. It would be a little bit difficult for me to put all those things together because when I lay out the outline, it's simple. But when I explain into detail, everything comes from here.
Yeah, I'm a teacher as well, so believe me, I understand.
Okay, so but you can I will send you the link. You go to the website. You can listen to the old lesson. Yeah, let me show you. Okay, hold on. Let me show you this. All the lesson that we learn here, I recorded, so you can go here and you can listen to it. You go to the Buddha Blessed Temple. Okay, where are you? Okay, you go to the Buddha Blessed Temple. You click on this one right here. Yeah. This is the consonant only Buddhist psychology and all this thing here from 6 to 7 in Central Time. And all this thing here I recorded, so you can go in here and you can listen to whatever that you feel that you need to listen. And once you click on one of this, right, in the YouTube, I also create the playlist, so you'll be able to listen continuously. All right. Okay. So this will be very helpful for you. Okay, let me put into the chat here so you can have it. I hope this helped, right?
Yes, sir. Exactly what I was looking for.
Okay, good. I think it would be helpful. All right, let me stop right here. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Tammy, go ahead and read this one for me, please.
The Dhamma Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha.
No. May every being. Oh, did you see it?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, you don't see it? Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with heart of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Thank you, everyone. I wish to see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.